Mike 0 Fox X-Ray Bravo Ham Radio Diary. Mike 0 Fox X-Ray Bravo 0 FXB. Just thought I'd do one with the FT3D and the ID-52. This time I was just going to show you the menus, but you can see now they're both running. One's on my All-Star node with the scope turned on. Turn it up if you want to hear that.
One time. But it's interesting, my first car.
Turn that down. And then we've got the 3Ds on my OpenSpot 3. I think my OpenSpot 3 might be on D-Star, but I'll just show you the OpenSpot 3 there in the background. It's flashing away, see that? I could cross mode, but that's not really what the video is about. It's more just showing you the settings menus. So go menu on both radios, hit the menu here, and you go to this menu, and then with the FT3D you hold down the DISP button. Let's just come out of scope. So the sub menu, you push the FMW, go back. Oh, you can hear it now. I think the way it works is that if you've got the scope on, you have to have the same frequency on A and B to hear it. Let's hold down the D. Well, there's just let you know there's a sub menu here. When you push the FMW, you've got memory, beacon, TX, S-list. These are all APRS things. M-list. Then you've got the scope cam feature, which is monitoring 5 channels at the same time. Squelch type, code, which is basically the RX TX that you get up here. LED light, it's probably a torch, isn't it? Yeah, it's a torch. Then you go back to the first screen. TX power, home, reverse, that's shift. Scan, DRCV, PRCVR, I'm not sure, but A dual is the broadcast radio. Go like so, and you get the broadcast radio come on. So that's the sort of sub menu. You've got the mode button here, TX FM. On the other one, so you hit menu, you've got radio, record, voice, scope, CD as like your DR history, DV gateway for terminal mode, GPS menu, and then your picture sort of thing where you can send pictures. Both radios will send pictures. So let's have a quick look at the set menu, because that's probably the main one. Let's hold down DISP here. I'd say this is like your main sort of menu, I suppose. You go to options, see options, Bluetooth. So what we got here, the display settings, TX, RX, memory settings, signaling, that's like your tone frequency. Now you've got touchscreen here. You haven't got touchscreen on the 52. So we go to the top, DCS, pager, squelch meter, squelch type, tone squelch, you get the idea. On the 52, duplex tone, so similar kind of stuff. Obviously they're not the same radio. Scan, menu, scope, call sign settings, my station, DV set, DTMF, you program that into the memories, functions, CIV, display settings, brightness, you can have it black or white. Let's have a look. Backlight, see if I can find a different color. Brightness, brightness dim, background color, there you are, white. So in white now, but I prefer it in, well, it works better in white when it's in the sun. So I prefer it black. You got contrast, busy, RX, RX picture indicator, sounds, sub-band mute, things like that. Volume, you can control the volume separate, FM radio level as well, earphone mode, the beeps that you get. time set. They both have SD cards. Bluetooth, both have Bluetooth. Other settings are things like, you know, the model you've got, so the firmware version there. And you do need the 1.20 and upwards to have the scope, voltage, cloning. I mean, just so many menus. All your massive GPS menu section here. DV gateway, terminal mode, access mode. And yeah, it's got a micro USB that does charge the radio. The battery is the same as the ID-51. On this, I've taken the grommet off. It just makes it a bit louder. If you take the grommet off, it's only one screw. I've put the screw in. I've got the grommet in the box. The fist microphone with the camera does go in there, and then you've got the SD card slot. Need to get myself another SD card. Scan menu. Wires X here with the SCU 19 or the SCU 39 cable. You'll get the Wires X system. You've got Wires X settings there. Okay, back. Some people, they'll say, what's this mean? TX00, RX00. These are codes. So at the moment, the default is 0, is all zeros. But if you say put 01 and 01 up here, then change that on someone else's radio, then it will only hear when the other radio is also transmitting and receiving the same number, and you change that number. So it's handy in certain situations for tracking each other. Obviously APRS menu, full menu there, very long menu. I need over 20 items, 30 items, all the usual setting. Very, very good on APRS, this radio. Good GPS lock on it. You definitely need to get your call sign in this radio to be on C4FM. And there's another call sign setting there for APRS as well. Get the right call sign in for APRS. It's in here somewhere. SD card, very good. But you can program this radio with the SD card, or you can use a lead, the SCU 19 lead and 39 format, the usual things there. Config is, again, you'll find certain quite useful settings in config. Clock, money, type, password, repeat. They are repeater shift, repeater frequency. It's all there in config. Date and time adjust. Wires X settings. Group mode. So yeah, group mode there. It's quite handy. You get what it puts everyone in when you're on C4FM. Puts you all into a room, and you can send pictures and messages and photographs. Haven't really used scan much, but there's a whole scan menu here. Big scan menu on that. Signalings all your tones, memories. And then to go, if you're in VFO mode, you can go through the bands, just pushing the band button. Hold down the AB to get dual band. You can control the volume simultaneously. There's your GPS there. Like I said, touch screen. Just turn that volume down on the B band. I think you can turn them down. See the way it says A12 here? That means APRS is turned on. So I must have that in my memory channel there somewhere. 144-800 for APRS. There it is there, and that receives well. I do tend to use a external antenna if I'm home. So the 52 will do simultaneous receive, A and B, as you can see now, and you've got the GPS coming through on D-Star there. It's very good. And the interesting thing is DR mode, so use the DR button here, that you can actually have 2 hotspots at the same time on this radio. See that? See that? So you got receiving a hotspot on the B and the A band there, but the on the B it's not on D star. But you get the idea that DR mode will work twice. So that's like having two radios in one radio. So that's what you're paying for basically. And like I said, the picture sending is quite neat. And there's an app called the 7100 that will send the photograph all pre-configured for you to this radio via Bluetooth. It might even, yeah, it would via Bluetooth on this one. On the 705, it will send it via Wi-Fi. And just to come out, you push the VFO. So, and if you want to go single, just hold down the dual button here. And if you want, you can change what this shows in the menu settings. You can have your date here, or you can have scope. Menu, scope. There you go. And there are different scope settings here. Scope mode is probably the one you change the most. Fix, scroll, and center. So that's it really. They're both excellent radios. Which one should you get? Well, I say get both, because one is D-Star and one is C4 FM. This thing here is almost like a base station. Once you've got this FT3 and the cable, the CU19 cable and wires X on your PC, you don't actually need any other C4 FM radio. It does everything that the FT300 does and more. It's also touchscreen. Very nice, you know, the PTT, squelch on off here and lock. SD card there. And the bottom circular knob is the volume. The top one is channel change. Same goes for the 52. They've both got a lock now. This is quite nice. Watch this. So we turn the scope off. Go menu, GPS position, and that's quite nice. Go back, menu, go to the information one. Then you get that. I think that's caused all the satellites floating away. And on this one, hit that, touch the screen. Look, you've got all the satellites there. Yeah, see the location? Yeah, very near, not exactly the same. If you're having a problem getting GPS in your house, you can buy a GPS repeater where you have an external antenna and you bring it in and then you amplify the voltage of the signal, and then your radios at home will pick it up a lot easier. So I've done a video on that, look that one up. So I think that's about it. Bluetooth, SD card, GPS. This is DPRS on the D-Star radio is DPRS, not APRS. So it's more means that there's less you can do with DPRS, but it does work well. It will you'll show up on APRS FI, and you know, you can sort of have a built-in message into the transmission. The APRS on the FT3D, you know, allows you to do a lot more than that. That's why we call it full APRS. So that's it really. So 7.3, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you find this channel helpful. 7.3.